All right, everybody, welcome back to Mornings with Loretta. So, a new Fidelity study has revealed that 2023 is going to be the year of living sensibly. As people plan for uncertain times, joining us to discuss that study and what the top financial New Year's resolutions are for a lot of us in 2023, we have the fabulous Senior Vice President of Fidelity's Life Events Planning, Stacy Watson. Good morning, Stacy.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So, Stacy, what did the Fidelity study reveal about Americans that we are going to be using as our top financial resolutions for the year ahead or our concerns?
Well, the record high inflation. It was the top financial setback in 2020. And guess what? It remains the top concern in 2023. And the other thing that's high on people's minds is economic uncertainty. I would say that Americans are proceeding with caution and they're making very practical resolutions. In fact, for the first time in the 14 years that we've been doing this study, we see that more people are saving for the short term than the long term. But I think what's important is the balance between the here and now and longer term goals like saving for college or wanting to buy a home, because after all, pursuing our dreams is what makes it all worth it.
Absolutely. When you take that away from people, then you tend to see a lot of hopelessness. And when you have that, then we're starting to be a little more just making mistakes with our money, right? So I want to make sure that people understand that Fidelity has some answers for that. So why don't we really make those resolutions and tell us, what do you think is a way for us to stick to them?
Well, making a financial resolution is a great way to kickstart the new year. And that's probably why 7 in 10 Americans are planning on making one this year. And the types of financial resolutions that people are making are really consistent with prior years. Save more, spend less, and pay down your debt. But I think the key to sticking to any resolution at all, really, is to make sure that your goal is clear and specific and realistic. If you set up an amount, for example, to save each month, then you can track your progress and you can see those small changes start to add up.
And that's what we were talking about with Dr. Beignet, that it was small changes that really add up. Because if you set it too high, you get overwhelmed. And what do we do when we're overwhelmed? We stress and then we quit. So what are some ways Americans can tackle rising inflation and mounting debt and achieve greater financial wellness in the year ahead? We need to know. How can you help that?
Yeah, it is important for people to see the progress that they're making. I agree. And if you can swing it, saving more and paying down debt, even in small amounts, can have a big impact, not only on your financial well-being, but also on your emotional well-being. So here are a few suggestions. First of all, take a look at your spending. Maybe there are subscriptions that you don't use or channels that you don't watch. You don't have to give up on all of your luxuries. You can keep the ones that bring you joy. And then secondly, look at the monthly payments that you make on your credit cards and try to pay more than the minimum, because doing that will actually help you to pay down your debt in a fraction of the time. And then finally, look for lower interest rates. It's really hard to dig out if that interest keeps piling up. So you can shop around for low interest loans or balance transfers that can help you.
Okay, so I love all three of those. And they sound small, like paying more than your minimum payment on your credit card. Because if you pay minimum, you're never going to pay that thing off. It'll be forever. And then those interest rates start kicking in. So that's money that you're giving away when you're not sure if you even want to give that money away. So, and then I love how you says check your subscriptions. Because what we were using at the beginning of 2022, we don't necessarily are using at 2023 because there are more channels, there are free channels now. So I love how you suggested that we check those subscriptions to see if they're still relevant to us and if we can even afford those subscriptions. And then the third one was, what was it? Oh, check interest rates. Yeah, interest rates. Refinance some stuff, right? Is that what you're saying when you said check interest rates and get a lower interest rate?
Yes. I think the key is really looking around and noticing what you're doing. What are the things that are making you happy? What are the things that you're really not paying attention to? And then you can capture that kind of savings of what you're not using and put it to paying down your debt or to piling up your emergency savings fund.
We definitely need to pile up that savings fund because things happen. You could be on a job and not be happy, and you really can't quit the job. And so you feel like you've been and that makes you more stressed, right? But if you don't have an emergency fund, you almost have to endure the stress. But of course, it's that individual's call. What's more important to you, that emergency fund or how somebody's treating you on your job, and if it's something that will change. So are there resources to help us navigate life's big challenges and changes, whether expected or unexpected?
Yeah, absolutely. And people who have a financial plan in place, they just feel more confident about their ability to reach their goals. And also, having a financial plan can give you this sense of control when the rest of the world feels like it's out of control. So we have a wealth of resources that can help really no matter what life throws at you, whether you're navigating a job change, as you mentioned, or going through a divorce, or maybe you're caring for an aging loved one. And in addition, January is Financial Wellness Month. And at Fidelity, we have daily tips, interactive tools. We have a host of virtual special events, and they're all focused on financial well-being.
So many resources. So where can we go to get more information to help us create those goals and find tools that can help us to make sure that we achieve those goals? So where can we go for more information?
Yeah, all those tools and resources can be found at fidelity.com/financial wellness.
You know, Stacy, I love it when I see that you're available for an interview, because not only are you helping the audience, you're really helping me too. I knew these things, but it helps to rehear it, and to, especially when you're trying to think of all these other resolutions, you know, the weight loss, the learn more scripture, whatever those are for you. It's imperative that we have those. We become a little more financially savvy, if that is a term. If not, we're going to create it today. So, Stacy, any closing remarks? I know you have to go.
I would just say start small, just get started. And you can watch those small changes add up, and it'll make you feel much better about everything that's going on.
Absolutely. Can't wait for you to stop by again. Stacy, thank you so much for joining us on Mornings with Loretta today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll see you soon. All right, everybody. So I just wanted to give you some information about that Fidelity Investments 14th annual New Year's financial resolution study. So what they did, that study presented some findings from a national online survey consisting of 3,020 adults, and they were baby boomers, Gen Xers, millennials, Gen Zs. And so what they were saying was, of course, that's just a sample of people in that age group, is not conclusive of everybody's opinion, but those were what they found, that those what meant something to those people who participated in their survey. And so, as you may not know this about Fidelity Investments, and when they're on the show, and this show is being brought to you in part by Shot RX and also Fidelity Investment. So Fidelity Investment's mission is to inspire better futures and deliver better outcomes for their customers and the businesses that they serve. And so they have assets under administration of $9.6 trillion, including this discretionary assets of $3.6 trillion as of September 30th, 2022. And they focus on meeting the unique needs of a diverse set of customers, and they're privately held for 75 years. And get this, they employ more than 60,000 associates. Who knew, right? When you think of banking and investment companies, you don't think that they have that kind of employee power, but they do. It is a great company, very trustworthy. So I just had to share that information with you. I don't just pick shows just because people are pitching them. I pick those guests based on what I know my audience will enjoy. And if it will, of course, has to glorify God. It has to edify my audience and give me joy, right? I don't want to do shows that don't give me joy. So anyway, I want to thank our first guest, Dr. Bendaya Gandhi, on telling us some tips and some resolutions we can do to be healthier. It's all about wellness, you all. It's all about wellness. What that looks like for you could be different from what it looks like for me. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I want you to be able to manage your stress. We're not going to be stress-free because, this is the world and there will be things that stress us. But however, I do want to present information, resources, and guests that can help us manage that stress, so that it is not affecting our lives in a negative way. So that's what I wanted to say. So you know what we do in closing. I hope you all are ready to start saying this with me, because we do it all the time after every show. So not only do I thank my guests for coming on today, I thank you all so much for watching and sharing this time with me. So in closing, yes, let's do it. 3 things we want to do. Think positive, dream big old dreams, help someone along the way, and we'll see you all very, very soon. Goodbye and good day.
Your life live today, help you